as
So
well.
like so I am working on it, but like I'm only doing the streaming side of it. I'm not handling the uploading to YouTube side.
So this is your primary one at this time right now?
Yeah, at this time right now, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully through our sessions we can, have a conversation, find some insights, and see what sort of things are working, and hopefully we can, strategize for continuous growth for your channel. We broke down this audience development program into 5 Skype sessions over about a 2-month period. Will be the topics we'll be discussing are ranging from optimization, analytics. We'll go into your branding, focus on monetization, and at the end we'll do like a recap session to kind of talk about things in the future as well. So I guess before I dive into what I want to speak about today, which is optimization, can you give me you kind of did it all right channel, what this channel, why you built it, what are some of your goals for this channel?
There's like a secondary complimentary channel to the Teen Spooky channel, right? So we run 2 streams. So we run 2 streams on Twitch. So it's just kind of like a VOD channel. This is like a secondary part of the channel. You can see in the description, it pretty much explains everything. But now I realize the value in having multiple channels in the network and not just focusing on one channel. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish with here. I had a lot of good momentum until I stopped in 2016. I just started it up again in the last, I want to say, 3 months.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I definitely took a look here as well that some of the more popular videos that you've done in the past were, between 3 and 5 years ago.
Yep.
And I did take a look at this channel as well too, just to see what the differentiation between the two was. But yeah, that gives me a better insights for sure. Absolutely. Thank you for doing that.
Yep.
And yeah, you're uploading on a pretty regular basis, like a couple of videos a day recently. How has that pace been for you?
The pace of it has pretty much been fine. I was going back to what worked before, because before I abandoned this channel, I was doing daily uploads about 5 years or so. So the pace is pretty easy because it's only 1 to 2 videos a day. I used to upload 4 or 5 a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And since you've focused on this channel a bit more, what has been your response and engagement with your subscribers? What have they said?
So I've been trying to get my momentum back. So a lot of people don't actually know that I'm back. Also another problem that I have is because I do this live on Twitch. If I don't upload immediately, pirate channels just re-upload my shit, so it's hard to get traction. It's I'll see the same video that's ripped from my channel that has 10 times the views that I have on my original stuff.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
Yeah, I know. I gotta sit there and content ID them, which I don't want to do, but necessary.
Have you thought of using the community tab as a way to notify your audience about content that's being done?
That's true. I should use the community tab more. I obviously haven't used it.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll show you an example of someone who's doing a pretty good job at it, and how it can be different than just uploading a video here and then uploading it here with a couple of words. So I'll give you some examples here. This is a relatively new feature with YouTube, and what we can tell is that especially people who are watching your content on mobile, on their phones, this can be a good leveraging tool to let people know exactly when things are going to drop, especially if you're worried about Twitch content being pirated or being stolen.
Yeah.
So today I'm going to be focusing on some foundations of optimization. You've been around for a really long time, so I think you've probably heard some of these things before with optimization.
Yep.
So it might be a bit of a review, but if you have any questions for me about best practices or things specifically about the channel, feel free to hop in. But I just wanted to touch base on them because
it's fine.
You'd be surprised even when I do this with channels that have 300,000 subscribers and millions of views, they haven't really thought of those sort of things before. So I'll just hop into it. There are several ranking factors that YouTube is looking at in order to understand what your video is about and how it can suggest and promote your videos to the larger YouTube community. The more YouTube understands what your video contains, the easier it is for them to promote you to this specific audience that you're trying to achieve. So one of the main ranking factors that YouTube looks at is optimization within your metadata. What strategies are you putting in your titles, tags, and descriptions right now with regards to captivating the right audience that you're looking for?
So as you can see right there, like I put the game name in brackets. I put the player names of both and the characters. I put how many games there are. So it's a first to 5, and I'm doing it in 4K. So I put it in the brackets there.
And do you feel that people are people searching? This is Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, Street Fighter.
So when let's just take a look.
Yeah.
Is it okay? What's the V for? Is it versus or?
So it's shorthand for Street Fighter 5. So it's like, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
So Street Fighter 5 versus Street Fighter V, which is like what is that? Roman numerals, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious about that because, when I type in Street Fighter, the first thing that comes up is the number versus, and then V is, have you worked on using the YouTube search bar before to kind of see what people are searching with the content you're looking for?
Now you bring it up. Yeah, like I need to use that more, and whichever one comes up first is the one I should use. So now that you show me that, it makes sense because the second one, Street Fighter 30th anniversary. So like a lot of my recent videos are from that version, if you see. Yeah, so okay. So if you scroll, so I'm actually like one of the best players like at the game. So look, Street Fighter 30 Alpha 3, Street Fighter 30 Alpha 3. Those are all getting like really good engagement.
I in a way I understand why you would abbreviate it because you have so much information in your title and if I look at this title and if I was watching it on my phone, I would probably see maybe that much of the title, so I understand why it might be abbreviated. So for someone who is already a subscriber of yours and understands Street Fighter in and out would definitely get this. But as someone who is a gamer but maybe is curious about Street Fighter but that doesn't necessarily know all of the lingo, like the 30th anniversary, they might be like, what does this mean? And thinking about titling in a way not necessarily that is serving, like when we're talking about titling, it's not necessarily to serve the viewer, it's more so that YouTube understands who you are. Because YouTube can't watch this content, so what they do is they rely on your titles, your tags, and descriptions to understand what it is. And what you've done is you've given a better more information in the descriptions or in the tags here as well. So it's probably YouTube probably understands what it is, but this is the key, is that YouTube likes to see repetition in the titles, the descriptions, and in the tags as well. The more those three are aligned, the more, the better YouTube has an understanding of it, and the more likely they are to promote it to the right audience that's looking for that kind of content.
I see. I understand.
Yeah, and let's just take a look at some of these. I mean, it's smart that you're putting the title first, and then the number here, top 4. This one here, like the June 18th. Do you find that people are searching for the actual date, like in June?
So the reason why I put the date there is because that's a monthly recurring tournament series. So it's always going to be Godlike Saturday, but June, July, etc.
So this is the name of a series. That you've created.
So people are using my channels in other regions. I didn't create it, but the guy that did that is in Indiana. He's using my channel to do his tournaments.
Oh, cool! That's awesome. So I just, because I saw that title, I was like, oh, I want to see the other ones. And then where are they in your playlist? Is it in here somewhere?
It should be. So the last one. So we just started doing it. So the last one Before then is Clutch 18. You have to scroll up a little bit. Yep.
Clutch.
Yeah.
Clutch 18. Okay.
Clutch 18, and then Godlike Saturday right there. The last 3-4 playlists.
So one thing, just as someone who, I'm in TeamSpeak. Sorry.
Yep.
Just as someone who is just came to your channel, I wouldn't have necessarily known about this series, the Godlike Saturdays.
Yeah.
I think what would be really great is if it was on a playlist on your homepage.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. I do have it. I just haven't put the latest one. But yeah, okay. I need to do that.
Yeah, and especially like these playlists right here, we'll kind of talk about this in a little bit, is you really want to rank these based on your most popular ones at the top, and then kind of creating series that come here, because think about the amount of people who are looking on their phone. When they scroll down, they see this, so really bringing your most important playlists at the front is going to be beneficial for you.
Okay, makes sense.
Just going back a little bit to the videos and the metadata, so really focusing on having the keywords at the front of the title is going to be beneficial, so this is good. Including these sort of keywords in the description. What's your strategy with the description right now? I noticed there's not too much going on in here.
So the strategy with the description, it's usually just links to my social, but in the case of this tournament, it's just listing the tournament, the day, and the organizer. I could definitely make it better though.
Yeah, what I'd recommend is so what I would recommend is if you don't have a ton of time, even using the title in the description is going to be beneficial. YouTube looks at the first 2 lines of the description, and what they're trying to figure out is there repetition. So if you had Street Fighter in the title, they would want to see something of it in the description as well. So even if you went like, okay, so this is Street Fighter 5 top 4, and say something like, in this video we'll be focusing on the top 4 Street Fighter 5 items. This is a series, the Godlike series. It comes out every Saturday. Make sure to check in. Here are my socials to be notified of when a new video is up. Even something like that, because what YouTube is looking for is they're just going like this. They're just going find. They're trying to say, how many times is Street Fighter, how many times is Street Fighter showing up? And you want to give them as many variations and as much in the description as possible.
Okay.
You've done a good job here, though, in the tags. This is pretty good. You've given different variations. What do you use for your tags? Like, do you
So I usually have like the game, the publisher, the developer, the console it's on, the characters that are used, and then the event.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's a good one here. If I take a look, maybe one that like games and online, those are really common terms.
Yeah,
super vague. And so if I type in game, I'm gonna get 721 million results.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to rank for that particular one.
Yeah, it's such a common thing.
Yeah, I understand why you did it, but what I might recommend is using more variants of this is going to be helpful. So if I type in Street Fighter, and let's say game, using like gameplay or theory, is that part of the content? Is Street Fighter game theory?
So it can be, but just remember that it's like basically tournament matches.
Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, so I would say like tournament matches would be good in here. So, and then just like Street Fighter 5, and then here, let me make this a little bit bigger.
So basically, I'm at the point, since I'm producing so much content that I have somebody managing my uploads. So I'm recording this so I can show them after.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So Street Fighter and then Street Fighter V. and then Street Fighter. Go to the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then characters in each one.
Yeah.
Is it specific? Let's just say character name, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to play Street Fighter as a kid. I used to play it so much when I was young.
It's so big. It's so big now. And now these days, I'm 35. So now these days, I'm fighting kids that are like 18.
I remember playing it when you could only get it on arcade, and I had to go to 7-Eleven to watch it. Yeah, I'm in my 30s too. Yeah.
I actually own the arcade board for it right here. Not the actual, not the actual machine, but I'm an arcade enthusiast, so like I do like a lot of events, so I own the actual real deal boards, so I can bring them to tournaments for content.
So one of the things here is like you get up to 500 characters here, so I would use variants of this, but also like you can do like Street Fighter, and then was it Capcom was the game, right?
Yep.
And then Street Fighter V Capcom. Like, allow yourself some variations. I know I'm just using Street Fighter again and again and again.
So are these in the tags? These in the tags?
Yeah. I think these tags are going to work way better than tags like online. And PS4 is good, but like I would say Street Fighter 5 and then PS4. Because if I go in here and I type in Street Fighter 5, PS4, there you get all these different terms that you can use.
So keep in mind, so like a lot of the encode, so a lot of the 4K videos are PC only. So like this game has crossplay where you can play PS4 users on PC. So some of the higher encodes are PC only, but the tournament VODs are PS4.
Okay, so then include that like PC online, PC, so that you're even cutting a little bit more of a niche, because people are searching those sort of terms as well too. Do you have any questions when it comes to the titles, tags, and descriptions, and kind of using the search bar as a tool?
I think you explained it pretty straightforward. So it's like whenever I do my tags, I should always use the search bar to see which search terms are the most relevant, and go by there. And for the description, you pretty much said like they're looking for repetition, right? So
even if you repeated the title to some degree, would be better than leaving it blank or just having a follow here, because YouTube's looking for that kind of relationship between the three things.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
And then, trying to avoid terms like online, unless it's connected to like Street Fighter Online or PS4 being like Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
PS4, but this one would have to be PC, right?
Yeah. Well, that VOD you're watching from PS4. So like I said, so the 4K videos that are on PC, those are me net playing other opponents.
Okay, cool. Another thing you can take a look at too is I imagine you're like looking at the news whenever a new game is coming out.
Yeah, of course.
I like to look at Google Trends, because if I can kind of capitalize on stuff that's about to come out, it gives me an edge over some of the competition. So when people start to find those search terms, I'm the first to get it. So this is a good example of, this is Street Fighter 5.
So it makes sense they're looking at the interest. So that huge spike was when the new version of Street Fighter 5 came out, arcade edition. That was right around when it was released.
Yeah, so anyone who had videos right here got an instant surge in viewership for Street Fighter 5. So it's interesting to see what sort of things break through. What I can do here is it shows related queries, and these ones are breaking through, which means that they're terms that have increased 4,000% in the last 2 weeks. So these are some of the things that you can either think about with content strategy or using these sort of terms. Is that a player in the game?
Yeah, Ziku is one of the DLC characters.
Okay.
So it makes sense, because I did a net play video where I fought against a Zeku and it got good viewership. So everything you're saying makes total sense.
So yeah, if you're ever like, hey, what kind of Street Fighter video can I do? Let's take a look at these breakthrough tag terms. Keep in mind, they're within a very niche genre.
Yeah,
but how
it is.
How to earn fight money, interesting.
Yeah, because in Street Fighter Five, when you're playing net play, you get fight money, which you can use to buy either DLC or costumes, which are paid. So it makes sense that would why that would be a high search term.
Let's just see what. I just want to see the difference between this.
I noticed that Dragon Ball Fighter Z was at number 2, even though you put Street Fighter 5 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my channel is not only Street Fighter; it covers the entire games in the niche genre. So from my experience right now, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is hot. Injustice, for some reason, like it gets really good views as well.
Sorry, Dragon Ball Fighter.
Fighters. Yeah, with a Z.
Oh, Fighters. Okay.
Z. Yeah. There you go.
Found it.
Yep.
Oh, look. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so look at. Oh yeah. Right now we're looking at all of Google. We can even narrow it down to just YouTube and see how it's a little different. So in all of Google, there was definitely a clear winner of Street Fighter V. But if I go into YouTube search bar, it's even more prominent here. But there was another spike here in December, so this must have been.
Oh yeah, so in December, so this game is tied around like a pro series in which they have like competition for money. So December was when PlayStation Experience was. Does that make sense?
So one of the things you can take a look at is, again, all these terms with their different colors, finding the kind of keywords that are related to them. Either find ways to incorporate that into your metadata or in your tags, but it's also great strategy on what to be doing in the future. This one has a lot of. I imagine these are different players in the game.
So every character except for Abigail is a recent DLC character. Sakura, Sagat, and Cody, they were all announced in season 3, which just came out.
Awesome. So that could potentially be there as well.
Yep.
Just also the titling. This works a bit better than this, and here's kind of. Or you know what? Maybe it does work for you because this is less searched, but you get to pick up the people who are searching those terms.
I see.
Versus everyone who's using that. I would say test it out to see which one works best for you.
I would see. Yeah, I see. Really interesting stuff with the insights.
Next ranking factor I want to talk about is watch time. So that's the total time spent watching a video.
I actually do want to know about that.
What's your strategy right now with the length of your videos?
There was a couple of strategies that I tried. So I understand, from my understanding, isn't watch time the number 1 metric now over overall views?
It's absolute first one.
I was thinking, so the longer the video, the less watch time that there will be throughout the whole video. It's based off percentages, right? Like how much watch time in relation to the whole video's length, right?
In a way, yeah. So that's kind of tied into average view duration.
I try to keep them like around 8 to 10 minutes. Like sometimes I have like a top 4. Like for example, you see the Blaze Blue one. Like that's like a top 4, so that's a little bit longer. But generally, like I try to keep them within like 8 to 15 minutes.
So with creators, I've seen so many creators who are doing 4 videos a day, and each video is 1 minute long. And they're like, oh, I don't want to bore my audience, but at the same time, it's so hard for that video to gain watch time because it's so short. And YouTube has a real trouble promoting that sort of content. YouTube is in the business of keeping people on YouTube. So longer content tends to be more attractive for YouTube to promote. At the same time, it needs to have that balance of a good average view duration. You can't have a 20-minute video and people only watch 1 minute of it. So some creators are finding a good balance somewhere around the 9 to 10 minute mark.
Yeah, that's all thinking.
The one advantage with 10 is that you tend to get a mid-roll ad option if you do that. So that seems to be a sweet spot for creators. But in this content here, some of these are an hour long, some are about 6 minutes. Just getting a sense of is it beneficial for you to have longer content are you getting more engagement, more views that way, or do you find that it's about the same?
So here's the thing. So when I tend to do like a top 4 like that, like it's more so for like a small local based tournament where like there aren't many top players. If there's an event with nothing but like killers and top players, then I will cut them into like 10-minute intervals and stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah, so it really depends on the tournament.
So like even YouTube, even if see this video here that got 800 views, and then this one that got 267.
Yeah.
Even if they stayed for 1/4 of it, that's 10 minutes, right? Versus if they stayed for half of this. So technically this is performing better than this one. Even though, YouTube can see how much watch time it's creating. So it's an indicator of, how the interest in the channel and the content, right? So it's something to keep in mind when you're creating. What the length of it, or could 2 very similar subjects, could they be combined into a 12-minute sort of thing or video, or do I risk it and have it be less engaging and kind of they abandon the videos a bit sooner? So it's a bit of a balance between the two. So that's just one thing we really take a look at with creators is, are there opportunities to make the content longer or put videos together? And also, how do you increase the engagement, the average view duration by having people engaged in that content? Top 4s are a really good example because people know when they click on it, they're going to see 4 things. They're going to wait till they see the 4th one and then they're done. So, keeping that in mind as well. And another ranking factor really ties into it is something called session time.
Okay.
Do you know what session time is?
Like I know like a little bit, but like I'll listen to you. You explain it better.
No problem. So session time is the length of time I'm on your channel, but also how long I'm on YouTube. So YouTube wants people to stay on YouTube as long as possible. So it's within their interest to see how long people are staying on your channel. So it's the idea of how are you going to get me as a viewer to watch this video, and then this video, and then this video, and then this video, and then this video. The more I'm clicking from one video to another, the more YouTube can verify that, hey, this content is interesting, this person's into it, they want to watch more of it, it's addictive, maybe we should promote this a bit more. So there's a couple of tactics you can use as a creator to get people more engaged in clicking from one to the other. And just thinking about that as a creator too, what are the links between these 2 videos? Like, not just this in general, but in all of these videos. Why would I go from this video to another video of yours? I imagine you've done this topic, but you've done several topics that are similar to it, right?
Yep.
So one of the ways you can go about getting people to click from one video to another is your end screens. So let's take a look at your end screens.
I actually haven't done that yet. But yeah, you can go to the end. I don't have any end screens developed. But you mean like end screens where it just directs to another video, correct?
Yeah, but also a call to action as to, hey, why should I click on this next video? But if you had end screens here, YouTube registers that as, hey, they're going from one video to another. We get to show another ad. Maybe we should promote this a bit more. So you haven't given them the reason to promote this video or other content because there's no way people are clicking on the next video. Is that for all of your videos or just this one?
Yeah, that's for all my videos.
Okay, so do you know how to set that up?
Yeah, but you gotta show me since the UI always keeps changing on YouTube.
Yeah, sure. I'll just show you mine. This one. Okay, so if you go into edit your videos, you'll see end screens and annotations, and then you can element, just drag it to the end. So, oh yeah, use template. So it'll give you different ones where you have a subscribe is the little circle, and then the square is the end screens. And you can also use a one for a website if you have a Patreon or a merchandise. I recommend a good start would be these two.
Okay, cool.
And then it's either video or playlist, so you can put either a different video or a playlist. And not even just having end screens on there, but a real call to action as to why I should click on that one. So you want to create specific videos that are related to the subject. Let me take a look here. So this Street Fighter video here, Combo Breaker, this was, who is this Mago or Mago?
Yeah, Mago, you had it right the first time.
Is she like a pretty big character?
So the player is Mago, the character is Karen. So the reason why I recorded it is it was just like some off-stream action with one of the top players in the world versus my local guy. It doesn't say that in the description, but basically my local guy won. That's why I recorded.
That's awesome. I know it'd be so cool to see. Yeah, it'd be cool to see more of that. So if I was really interested in this topic, as an end screen, good strategy is to have two videos at least that are related to the content, or you have a playlist that is all about this particular subject. So finding what's best for the viewer and being strategic about those end screens is going to help you.
I see.
What ends up happening is, like, let's say I click on like 2, 3, 5 of your videos. What ends up happening is then you start showing up in my recommended feed of my YouTube page, and that's where a lot of traffic comes from. It's just people, YouTube recommending you to different people. I mean, this is based. Oh, see, like already.
So it came up. Yep.
Already you're in my home screen.
Yeah.
And so what is the likelihood that I'm going to come back again and again and again every time you upload? It increases. So I'd recommend taking some time to go back and put end screens on these videos, and being strategic about which end screen would best fit for these particular videos.
All right, yep, got you.
Okay.
Also, another question I had is, like, how important are channel watermarks? Because I don't have one yet.
I mean, it depends. Is it based on this watermark here?
No, it will be based. It will be based on the NYC Furby logo. Yeah.
I mean, it's good if you got it. Like, sure. We can talk a little bit about that in the branding section. It definitely, like, we can talk about that a little bit more in depth there. But yeah, having a strong logo would be beneficial to me to break through the clutter of all the other videos that I see every day. If I can see your logo right here, which I can see in the thumbnail. So a watermark I don't think would be super beneficial at this point.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we were talking about ways to get people to click on one video to another. We talked about end screens. The next one is playlists. So you've created lots of playlists in here. I personally don't like the way YouTube formats its playlists. Like,
yeah, it's a little ugly. Yeah.
It's like, look, half the thumbnail's gone. I see a number. I can't really see what this whole, like, what is this about, except for the title, right? Unless you have an amazing title and an amazing thumbnail, these just become only the people who are really looking for your content to find it. Because what are some of the other things you're doing? Kings of Poverty series? What is that? Is that basketball or?
So it's a classic game series. So my surname to my team is Kings of Poverty, I guess. So that's playing like older games. Yeah.
Okay, let's say you did a whole playlist on basketball, right? This is a basketball game. I'm never going to be able to find them through all of this. You're uploading way too much. And to be honest, like, I'm not going to try that hard, right?
Yeah.
I might go into playlists, but let's say I didn't like the thumbnail, or it just 18 videos. Oh, that seems like a lot of, like, I don't want to watch 18 videos. So what you want to do is break out your playlist on your homepage in a way that's strategic, right? So one thing you've done here is these uploads here, if I scroll down, I get a lot of information about it, but this description is the same description each time, right?
I see, yep.
So you kind of get a break. You don't give me too much more extra information about what's going on here. That's why we kind of talked about descriptions.
Yeah.
But if, in a horizontal sense right here, this one seems to be a bit better. So with this Clutch 18, let's say I was interested in it, but in the playlist, I didn't really like the thumbnail. Let's say there it is right there, right?
Yep.
But you want to break it out here and give it a description. And look, I have now, you have 4 thumbnails that would increase my chances of playing in your playlist.
Yep.
And then I can scroll here and go, hey, this is good. Okay, I want to watch this. And then once I go and I just play all, I'm going to spend how long? Let's see, 20, 40, an hour and a half. Even if I watch 3 of these videos, I've given you an hour of watch time and a huge session. So session time, it's a real great opportunity to get people to fall into habits where they're just watching one video after another, and YouTube can then say, this has to be good quality, because why would someone watch the whole thing, click on the next one, and the next one, and the next one? So what I'd recommend is going back in here and re-optimizing these a little bit, add a description. I don't have it here, but you'll have a little edit button where you can just add a description. And then think about which playlists are benefiting your channel right now and which ones are not. I would say the Street Fighter 30th edition, it's new, right?
Yeah, it's new.
So I would definitely put that near the top. But some of I mean, this one seems pretty good too. Okay, the King of Poverty series, like the last time, it was 5 years ago.
It was a long time. Yeah, it was a long time. I could probably.
It was a long time. Do you think that there's other playlists that could potentially get more traction?
Absolutely, because like I said, I'm always adding new tournament content. So recent tournament playlists at the top.
Awesome, that'd be great. And also, do you know how to set it up so that it's just automatically put in?
No, I don't. Go show me.
Okay, let me show you that. To go to my page. So you can go and customize your channel. This is really one of my 7 subscribers. I'm the real expert, right? Yeah. Okay, and these are all my playlists here. So what I've done is look at TGN. I gave it a description.
Yep.
But if I just type in the word game, look how many times it's in here. It's crazy.
Yeah, 5 times.
And here's a haul, beauty haul one here. So a button will show up down here that says add a playlist. You can just click on that.
Oh yeah. That's right. Now I do remember.
Yeah, create a playlist, horizontal row, and then one really cool thing you can do. Let's call it that. I can hear Street Fighter playing in my ear. Just give me a second. Once I'm in this playlist, I can set it up so that, so I went into edit and then I go into my playlist settings. So it's an auto add function. So anytime you have, Clutch 18?
Yeah.
So anytime it's a tag or in the title, that's 16. Jeez. So if you do it like that, now what happens is it auto saves into the playlist. So you never have to worry about it again.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So let me know if you're after this call. Feel free to set some up, and if you have any questions on how to get those together, just let me know. But those sort of playlists can really help you organize your content a lot better than just having people sift through this. Because some people are coming in for different reasons, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's session time, using your end screens and working on your playlists.
Yep.
Another ranking factor YouTube looks at is engagement. So what is your strategy right now when you upload a video, getting people to either comment, subscribe? What are you doing right now?
So a lot of my traffic, I'm driving either from my Twitch stream or from Twitter. So if you go to my Twitter, it's you'll see calls to action on my actual Twitter page.
For them to go to the video?
Yeah, for them to go to the video. Yeah. So scroll down a bit, right there. That first link, that link on the top. Go up a little bit more, right there. Yep.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see the YouTube page. So, yeah, and you're getting people to like and retweet those sort of things.
Yeah.
But YouTube likes to see some engagement in the comment section to some degree. What they see is if you can start asking active questions or telling people to give you feedback. Hey, did you like this one? What do you guys want to see? These sort of things fill in the comment section quite a bit. And YouTube sees that a conversation is starting to happen in this video. Maybe we should promote it a bit more. It is a ranking factor that YouTube looks at. If they don't see any comments at all, and people are kind of just watching and leaving right away, they might see it. They can use those analytics to say this video is not high quality because no one is leaving any comments on it.
I see. So like that goes back to the community tab thing.
Yeah, and so is there flexibility in your content? Because I know this is a lot of gameplay, but is there any way that at the end you can make a call to action to like share, like subscribe?
Oh yeah, I can.
Okay, and then even like, I know this is a lot of gameplay, but some creators will ask their viewers questions throughout the video, being like, who would you like to see next? What is your favorite? Who is your favorite out of the Street Fighter V 30th edition? What do you think was missing? Those sort of active questions really encourage feedback down here. Okay, and then that goes to the community tab. So this is an opportunity here where you can really flesh out engagement with your audience. Let me show you an example of someone who does it really well.
Sure.
It's a different genre, but this guy does reviews of movies like shows like Game of Thrones or Westworld, and I really like Westworld, so I just wait for him to upload it, and I'm expecting it almost every day. So what he does in his community tab is he'll promote the next video coming up. Keep in mind, he only uploads like once a week.
Yeah.
You're uploading on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But in the community tab, he really builds a teasing the audience of when it's happening, and you get a lot of engagement.
Oh, that's really
Notice how he's not just re-uploading the video up here. It's a whole different thing. It's kind of like a mixture of Facebook and Instagram.
I see.
So yeah, he'll use a little GIF here. You know, just a little bit of action and say video in 24 hours. And then this is what I think is really cool, is that you can do polls kind of like Twitter.
Oh, shit. Wow.
And he was really smart. Should I do this explainer video or should I do a Game of Thrones video? These are his two biggest, things. So like, it doesn't matter what they pick. He's going to probably do both. And he got like 968 likes.
Yeah.
Look how many people voted.
That's a lot. Yeah. How big is the channel?
Let's see. 828.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
So, but people are way more likely to fill out a poll than to leave a comment. It's all that like escalating amount of effort versus me giving my opinion. Yep. If I can give my opinion with no effort, I'm going to do it. And polls you want to see if you're in the majority or not. So it's interesting to see. And now he has so much data on who are his viewers.
Yeah.
Based on this.
It's the path of least resistance.
Oh, it's super smart. And what I'd recommend is if you're going to use the community page, it's a great way to encourage people to look at a new post that you just did, find out what your audience wants to see by using polls, and really encouraging them by doing supplementary content that's not just a photo of the game. Kind of like how you did in Twitter. Like in Twitter here, I mean, there's like, is that you?
No, it's not me. It's not me. I was about
Sorry. But like in here, I see the link to the game and stuff like that. But have you ever used Giphy or GIFs before?
Yeah. Like I use it a little bit.
I mean, let's try it. What's Street Fighter V look like? Yeah, feel free to steal all of these.
Those are all Mega Man.
Yeah. So use the link, post it in the community tab, being like, and you know what's cool is you can actually make your own too. You can create it from your own content. Choose a video. Just see, and this right now community is shown on mobile, and we'll take a look at how many people are watching your content on computer versus on mobile or on a console.
I'm sure it's majority mobile.
Yeah, test this out to see if you get bumps from that, because what it is it's like a second notification.
I see.
You know, because not 42,000 people are not getting notified every time a video is coming up. This sort of community thing is a way to really boost up that kind of engagement. And ask them questions like, hey, should I be making more of, what content should I be making more of? This or this, this or this? Okay, let me, do you have any questions on engagement?
No, like you pretty much broke it down for me, like in a way that I can understand. Like, you know, so use the community tab. Start making GIFs, like, you know, query the audience on what they want to see and stuff like that.
And, you know, like, let's say you uploaded a video and you really like it, and it's been 2 days and there's just no traction on it at all. You could just take a picture from here and say, like, in the community page, being like, hey, like, check out what I did, and then keep a link to it, but not like a shortened YouTube link.
Yep.
Okay. That was it. Okay, something tied into engagement as well as another ranking factor. It's called, we call it view velocity. But what it really means is how many people are watching your content in the first 24 to 48 hours. Why do people have to run to your content when it is uploaded? So YouTube really looks at the first 2 days of the performance of the video to see if they should be promoting it more or less. So the first 2 days are the most important. And have you ever had a video where you've uploaded it and then like a couple of weeks later it starts to gain traction?
Yeah, that happens quite a lot actually.
Either it's through the search or through the algorithm. You increase your chances of video becoming successful if the traffic is coming in the first 2 days of the video.
Yep.
So what are some things that you're doing right now that get people engaged on why they should click on this video?
So like I'll give you an example. Of videos that do really well. If you scroll down a little bit to where Clutch 18 and Injustice 2 is. So in that case, like keep going. You have to go down a little bit further. Yep. So in the terms of Clutch 18, so a lot of these videos I uploaded them immediately after they happened on Twitch.
Okay.
So in that case, I was streaming on the Team Spooky channel, and I was constantly doing a call to action. So the Injustice ones did better than these other ones. So if you scroll down like a little bit further, so like all the Injustice ones did pretty well actually. So like 20K, 30K, etc.
So I see. Yeah, so you've definitely had success in the past where a real strong call to action helps with the traffic for sure. And
so in that 45K view one, that's the grand finals of the tournament, and like that guy's like the best player in the world.
Oh yeah, so that was probably the metadata itself probably helped with it.
Yeah, and it got tons of engagement, tons of comments.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. It's hard to get, the world's best player in every one of your videos.
Actually, that's why my local tournament series has the best players in the world consistently.
Awesome. Okay, well, you should, like, that's part of your competitive edge. It's like, hey, I have the best players, but no one's coming to watch them. So finding ways to get people to know exactly who's playing. So I would... Yeah, you kind of have the name in the title a little bit, but if there's ways to communicate that more, will be beneficial for you.
I see, yep.
That was about it for view velocity. It's just one thing to keep in mind is like YouTube's testing it out. So when a video is uploaded, a very small portion of your subscriber base gets notified, and then if it reaches a certain threshold, then they'll notify a bit more, and then they'll promote a bit more, and it becomes a snowball effect. But it's not notification. Like if I subscribe, now I have to subscribe and bell. That sort of thing.
Oh yeah, the bell. I forgot about the bell.
Do you do any call to action to subscribe in your content?
No, like I should be doing that a lot more, but like it's mostly because it's Twitch VODs.
Okay, yeah. I would say for some of your other content, though, I would be making those call to action.
Yeah.
It's gonna help. It's gonna help develop more traction for YouTube to promote you.
Yep. All right, I see.
All right. So last thing I want to talk about today is, well, we kind of talked about it in the beginning, average view duration. So it is a factor that YouTube looks at in order to see the quality of your video. So they can't tell if this is a good video or a bad video. They have to rely on the behaviors of your audience. So comments, likes, subscribe, watch time. Yeah. Average view duration is a good example too. What is it about this video? It's 28 minutes long. Why would I stick around to the end? Is there a promise at the very beginning? Do you say like, hey, guess what? You're gonna see something really crazy in this video.
So the entire call to arms in this video is I'm playing like another high ranked player. As you can see, he's ranked 351 online, so he's pretty damn good.
Wow.
Yeah, like I'm playing nothing but like top players all the time. But you're right that there's nothing personally to identify a call to action that isn't evident for the casual viewer. Hardcore guys would know this.
So if you're, your hardcore audience probably stays, but what about the occasional viewer? Okay, well that's probably a bigger part of your audience. And you know what you just said about like you're playing the biggest player in the world and everything like that?
Yeah.
It's in the title. Put that in the description. Be like, hey, guess what, guys? I get to play the best player in the world, one of the top 10 players in the world. Link to their socials. Yep. Check it out here. We're playing for 28 minutes, and then even if you did like an intro of like one wicked ass thing that you did at the very beginning to get people hooked, so that they have to wait till they see that in the middle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, giving a bit of a tease. It's harder with gameplay. I mean, I've seen guys, okay, I'll give you an example again. Bike IKEA. So there's this guy who bikes for IKEA and he gets arrested. Look at the title. Security escape, right?
Yeah.
So the first 3 seconds of this video is the climax of the video. So he teases the climax at the beginning. Here, let's see. Him getting arrested right here.
Oh, it's
and there he goes. And then the video starts, right?
That's so
even something small as that, or something that lets me know what like a cue on a visual that I'm going to see in the video, and then the promise happens somewhere around here. It's going to keep me more engaged, and what you're going to see is your average view duration go way up. And then when YouTube sees that, they go, hey, this content has a bit more quality in it. Let's start promoting it more and more. People are more engaged and staying longer.
Yeah, I see. It's a strategy.
So that was it for today. After this call, I'll send you an email with some of the things we talked about today. There's a few things, I know I gave you a lot of information, and it can seem like homework, but it's more just, I know these practices will benefit your channel as well. So after this call, I'll send you an email, but let's schedule our next call. I usually do every 2 weeks. Okay. Let's just take a look. Would the 28th, 2:30 my time be good for you? It's basically 2 weeks.
That works.
All right, let me just send it to you right now. All right, sent. All right, thanks for connecting with me. Hopefully we can do Skype again. I can use Discord if you want, but I've had issues with Discord where like 9 servers go down, and I'm with a really big channel. It can be embarrassing, but let's try Skype next time. But we can always we have a backup just in case. Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.